Training days 3 and 4, approximately 26 days and 27 days post-operation. So let's get right into the video, starting off with our day 3, which occurred on September 16th. Starting off with some seated isometric plantar flexion holds and range of motion, seat pressing down, self-regulated. I remember the goal of this session in particular was a cap of 250 newtons during this exercise, but trying to get above 200 because that was not necessarily familiar. Now, the reason we're doing this is to provide that minimum effective strain, the MES, or minimum effective dose. If you look at a few of these reps, I believe the third rep we did not put down. The number, I believe, was 205 newtons, almost exactly like our fourth repetition as shown here. Notice that we're not using relative values as the starting system weight. This is a big one, 239. The system weight differs from rep to rep, so we're just looking at that peak force. 223 newtons. Notice the atrophy of the calf muscle there, kind of flopping around a little bit. Still working on that to this day. And then we have the standing weight bearing, the SWB, slowly putting weight onto that right side in that plantar flex position. You can really see the difference between the left and right side in terms of muscle mass. Also the coloration on the right side. A little bit more color there in terms of purple and red pigment. And then this is actually one of the first days I have my Vacoped walking boot. This is huge. There's a lot of cool research on this. I'm gonna make another video just on this, going through some range of motion of the feet, some inversion, eversion, and then just some normal plantar flexion. At this time, I'm not quite near, not even near at all actually, neutral positioning for dorsiflexion. Doing the foot slides here, really pushing the Achilles. And then back into the seated isometric plantar flexion. This is now on day 4, September 17th. 310 newtons of force, really starting to push a little bit here. Although this is back-to-back days, the minimal loading of the tissue allowed for that a little bit more than usual. We're not really stressing it to the point where, hey, we need multiple rest days. Although as we increase the intensity, the volume and or frequency was reduced as well. I'm just watching the video as we go as well. And then going to the right side, 229 newtons of force. Notice that we're using these iso cups by Stray Dog Fitness. Super helpful. In this bar I got from Play to Get Sports, I believe for like 20 bucks. 234 newtons, awesome. And 241. Nice. And now I'll showcase a little bit of this Vacoped boot. Notice on the back of it is where the adjustment is made in terms of how much plantar flexion is allowed. There's 2 bottom parts that click onto the bottom, whether it is more of a curve arched or just a flat bottom, which does make a huge difference in terms of the impact forces during standing weight bearing, walking. Another nice aspect of this boot, although you see these on athletes online, is the fact that it does have this internal sheet, I should say, out. One of the really nice things about this is the fact that these are machine washable. They have an insert to have the inflatable portion of it, but the outside of it comes in 2 different layers of this nice cotton. This is just me trying to walk around with the boot in a fixed position. I believe it was at like 30 to 25 degrees of plantar flexion. And then into the standing weight bearing for the September 17th, 230 newtons. This one's a little bit scarier in terms of standing up, just because, yes, you are guided by your hands to allow X amount of force that you'd like, but knowing that you have your full body weight that could be on there does make it a little bit more weary. 237 newtons, 243 newtons,